All right. So per the question asked, daily has been able to give us a rejection here and then a breakout here. Then that was the previous day. Now today has opened and it is moving. Now, if you decide to use the H4, somebody will say, okay, there was a breakout of this one, that daily level. So since there was a breakout, the next candle opening, I'll buy straight away. So what some do is that they are trying to use momentum. It has got closed above. The next candle open, you buy. That method is there. Or you want to wait for the pullback. That one is reducing your, what do you call
Yes.
it? Your SL. And to get you a better RR. So when we are done with the whole session or mentorship, then one can look at himself, okay, me, I just want to be using 3R. And if it is 3R, gold, daily candle, even 1 hour alone can give you 50 pips. 50 pips. And if my SL can be 15 pips, assuming I enter straight away and it's giving me 15 pips, I can get 45. That's my 3R. I'm fine. Then I can be using the immediate breakout entry, meaning as soon as it breaks out, the next candle opens, you can enter. Some, it will open, pull back a bit, then you enter. That way you can miss it as well. I get it. But another thing too is that when it breaks out that way, it depends on the period. Mind you, around this period, what is it? This is 6 a.m. If we are, oh, this is H4. So let's go to, so this is still, it broke out around 10 p.m. I get it. Next candle open around 2 a.m. Are you awake by then? I get it. Sometimes, most of the time, we are not. Then the next one is 6 a.m. That's 4 hour difference. 6 a.m. Before the next one will now be 10 a.m., the current 4 hour candle. So if you want to be entering on H4, it's not an easy thing. But daily goes well with the H1. Don't worry, we'll be doing sessions, so we'll see with the H1. So imagine you could have gotten the entry at around the when the next candle just open around 12, thereabouts. See the entry here on the H1. I get it. But see how it's been moving. See how it's been moving. The Asian sessions, you see, it likes to move like that. Most of the Asian sessions, it likes to move like that. The day it doesn't move that way, sometimes you can stay away from it. But you see what it is doing? It will certainly pull back to a reasonable level. It must pull back. It can't just go this way and just start running unless, an event happens or something. Other than that, it cannot just vanish like that. So let's make progress. We'll do Q&A. Just be taking notes. I know along the line you are having questions, but then let's be taking note. Along the line, I can pause this thing, then we do. So now that this has broken out, and I know by now you guys have an idea of what we have just done, the daily candle, what it did, then switch to the H1, it's able to break out. Sometimes it may not break out, it will just be giving you a wick. It will just be there, ranging. But that it means that it is not yet confirming that daily candle breakout that you have seen. Some would want to take risk entry. Once that daily has done, he's just coming to get any of the time frames to enter once the daily has given him that breakout. That is a personal choice onto the person. But let's get this done. Then you can now refine it to the way you want. You get your H1, then you can now go. So now let's watch something here. Let's watch something here. If this line were not there, there are periods when this line, assuming this line was here. I'm assuming because most instances, this is the way sometimes you get it. Usually when we are using this particular one, we like to use the SNR. We use this way. We don't use the wicks. Let me switch to this and you can see it here. This is a breakout, boss. It's clear there. If we are using the SNR, we're doing this. So when this breakout takes place, as in what we got here, this one would not have given me the what I'm going to say now. And I'm sure some of you will like it. And this was what was being used to the last quarter of last year. And that was where one would post in the groups, and then people were wondering because I won't label it boss. But then when this breakout has taken place, now let's listen to something. Price, where's my T? T, price can pull back to the breakout level. Price can pull back to the breakout level. That is usually the same as the RBS or SBR. But I don't usually like that level that much. And I learned that from Zlankator. He doesn't like using the breakout level that much. Now let's proceed. So it can either pull back to the breakout level for entry, or it can pull back to a gap level for entry, or it can pull back to a QMR level. QMR level for entry, or it can pull back to the apex level. Apex level for entry. So when the breakout, so we are now assuming this is the breakout we have seen, has taken place. I want to zoom it big and it's seen clearly. When price has now given you the breakout, please, we're on the SNR and we are using the breakout. So we're using the the body of the candle. So once this breakout has taken place, you can get entry on the SNR level, this same level, that is 1. So you can still get an entry here as 1. Or you can get an entry if there is a QM level below it. Where can one get the latest QM? Is it here? If you use this, I seen it. This came down. You see, it broke it here and then went up. There's a QM level below it. Or you have these fresh gap levels. This is a gap level. Okay, I've made some changes here so you don't have it on this. I have it on my other chart. So this is a gap level. Or this gap level has been what? If you want to use just a normal SNR, is it fresh? No, it's no more fresh. But then I will show you something. Or this other gap level. Or finally, the apex level. Apex. So this one is apex. This is apex. If I go to, is it the apex level? I'm sure you guys can see. This one is a gap level. This is also a gap level. I'll show you what I've been using on the other one. And then this is also a gap level. Then this one is a QM. This one is a QM. And then this one is a QM. Let me show you. Listen to this carefully. When you get your breakout after you've checked the daily things that we have done in the first session, you have gotten your breakout. you can get your entry on the breakout level. Most of the time, if there's a gap level below it, it will like to come to the gap level on condition that that gap level is fresh. So at this point, I don't even need this one again. So I'm taking this out. It was just there for us to see. So it can come to a gap level. And this gap level, for instance, corresponds with a daily level. This gap. Please, we are not looking at this side, the left side. The left side is only looked at for the QM, is what we look out for. But we are looking at this side. Right? And forget about the E engulfings, we are looking at the SNR. After you have gotten your daily breakout or rejection, meaning it is telling you, give an idea of where to go, you switch to H1 and you've gotten this breakout. What are the possible entries? You can get your entry on this. Usually when there's a momentum like this, it uses the breakout level. If there's a momentum like this, it uses this one to jump in. You see this one too, momentum. So you jump in on this. So as you were talking about the H4, you could open with the next candle. This would have been drawn down for you if you entered and it was somewhere here. Let me see. Okay. Probably this candle closed here. Maybe H4 might be somewhere up here. So all this would have been drawn down. What if it was to retest all the way here? So it will mean that you'd have had a drawdown of about how many pips? Assuming it is from here coming down. Well, that's almost about 100 pips SL. If your target is reasonable enough, 300, 400, then you can do that. Knowing that, okay, 100 pips SL, targeting 3R. But assuming your target is giving about 80 pips, no, let's say 200 pips, and this is giving 100 pip SL, that would have meant that 2R. Is that what you want to do? No. If that is the case, it's either you take it, then you set your SL at the point you want, that you don't want to go beyond. Then if it hits it, it has hit it. Or wait for pullback. And in this instance, so you can miss it. So we'll look at that. So once you've gotten your breakout structure, market will come back to the breakout level as the one. It can be an entry or any of the fresh gap levels. We are looking at fresh. We've not gone to the CC. We are looking at the fresh gap levels. If we are going to use a fresh gap level, then you can use this one. We'll take this one out. It is not fresh, but it has been mitigated. This is also not fresh. It has been mitigated. So it means that where do you have? You have a QM level, a gap level, and apex. Apex means that it is the last level that if price breaks it, then it is changing its direction. If it has broken this one, then you now start looking for sales. So it means that on this time frame, this level, so you are getting your gap entry here. You have your QM that is there, which you know, and then your apex. So it means until this apex is broken, it is still bullish. Until this is broken, it is still bullish. So price can still be here. So I'm just going to tell you the possible places that you can get their entry. Here, the QM, the QMR, that is this is a zone, but this is just a line. And then your gap level, which is a fresh, and then the SBR. So you have them here. 1, you have 2, you have your QM, which is 3, and then you have your apex, which is 4. Now, what I want you guys to know is that the strongest of it all mostly is the QM. When price is really able to come to the QM to move, what it is telling you is that it is really stronger. And if it picks the QM and is able to break above the previous high, then must start loading from here. If it comes here, sometimes it can break here because